Hello the internet! It is Wednesday the 17th of May 2017. I'm down here in Sydenham, but I'm actually heading across to Marrickville tonight to go to mybottleshop.com.au, and if you've watched my daily vlog you would have seen that that's where I photograph. Once every couple of weeks I go in there and photograph bottles for this bottle shop. What's happening tonight at my bottle shop is a special event. It's called the Balvenie Whisky and Cheese Experience. Steve from the bottle shop hosts these nights every so often. A representative from Balvenie is going to come in, going to explain the whiskey, going to sample the whiskey with different cheeses. You know how much I like whiskey. I'm going in there to have a taste and see what Balvenie is all about. Before we head across to the bottle shop though, NSD. Now, following my rule from last week, if an NSD's already been done before, such as Peter Bibby and his bottles of confidence, I'm not going to repeat myself and show the same photos again. Instead, using this new rule that I came up with, we are going to talk about an NSD which I don't have a shirt for, but I have photographed. I've also thought that it might be best to knock off all of the Hilltop Hoods ones first, because that's how it started last week with the Hilltop Hoods, and I've got at least 6 or 7 different shoots with these boys. So how about we talk about the second time that I photographed the Hilltop Hoods for the cover of Rip It Up magazine, who I was working for at the time in Adelaide. Rip It Up magazine had a secondary magazine called Onion, so they had me photograph the cover of Rip It Up and Onion the same time. 2 different photos, but the story was going to be similar across both publications. I'd always wanted to do a photo shoot in Harbour Town, just outside Glenelg. I knew that there was these steel walls and they were different colours. There was like, I think there was red and yellow, and there was also a steel colour. And I knew that these backdrops would be a pretty cool, naturally occurring backdrop. If I remember correctly, I had to go and do an airport pickup. Yeah, I'm remembering that correctly. I picked them up from the airport. They'd just done a show somewhere in Australia. They'd flown in that morning. We literally went straight to Harbour Town. The photo shoot went really well. And once we'd realised that we'd got the shots we wanted, we went around the back, took some sort of moving shots as the boys were walking. They didn't get used, but I'll throw them in here anyway. There was actually a door that was kind of flapping open. We went into this doorway, ended up being inside like a corridor. I guess it was a security corridor. We shot in there and no one came and said anything. And we saw a cop drive up and get a coffee and not say anything at all. And then when we came back outside, I saw a set of stairs and I thought that'd be pretty cool. We did a few shots there. They didn't get run as the cover, but I'll show you those photos anyway. And that's the second time that I've shot the Hilltop Hoods. Mind you, it's 2 different covers, but it's still the second shoot. And that's NSD. If you want to see this NSD from Peter Bibby and his bottles of confidence, I'll put it up here. This is my bottle shop. Normally, you've seen on my daily vlog, it's a little different. That's the photo studio right there. That's Hayden. Hey Hayden.
How you going, Bill?
Tonight it's a different story altogether. Balvenie is in the house. This is where the guests are going to be seated. They're going to be individually tasting particular Balvenie samples and cheeses. So I'm here at mybottleshop.com.au with Steve. This is the owner and founder and also my boss. Now tonight we're having the Balvenie Whisky and Cheese Experience. Steve, walk us through what this is going to be and how this is going to roll.
Tonight we've got about 30 to 35 of our customers coming in to taste up to 6 whiskies. We have the Balvenie Global Brand Ambassador coming over from Scotland. He'll be running the event tonight. And what he's decided to do is pick out some cheeses that go deliciously with that particular whiskey, and he'll do a whiskey matching with that particular cheese. And the customers will get to taste that and experience that.
There are other events coming up too down the line. What do you got in store?
Yeah, so we're running events every 2 to 4 weeks. The next one we've got coming up is a Jack Daniel's event experience. So Jack Daniel's are coming in here and fitting out the operation with barrels and banners and all sorts of things. French Day for Bastille Day, where we'll be focusing on French craft spirits, French gin, French cognac, French absinthe, French whiskey. We have one of our distillers from Canberra who makes a craft whiskey. He'll be coming down from Canberra to run a masterclass.
So lots of things coming up. I'm taking you to all these. If you want to come to one of these events, how can they find out?
Yeah, just go to our website, mybottleshop.com.au, and look for upcoming events, and you'll find the tickets on there and purchase online and rock up on the night.
Tonight you're going to see it through my eyes. Next time you're going to come down, you're going to meet Steve, you're going to see the bottle shop, you're going to enjoy it. It's going to be fantastic. Thanks so much, Steve.
Thanks, Benno.
This is Ross Blainey. He's going to be running us through the course of the evening. Ross, what can you tell someone who wants to learn about whiskey? They're going to learn this tonight from what you explained.
We're going to run through the Balvenie core range and a couple of other interesting whiskies, but the first thing with learning about whiskey is knowing whether you like it or not, without getting into too many tasting notes and flavours and aromas. The first thing is really, is it good? Do you like it? would you drink it again?
That works for me. I know that there's going to be a variety of Balvenies here tonight. I'm really looking forward to tasting and trying all of them.
Perfect, looking forward to it.
Thanks, Ross.
Cheers.
Cheers. Looks like things are about to kick off here. Let's enjoy some Balvenie whiskey, educational and enjoyable.
Alright guys, we'll just get started. Thanks to everyone for coming down today. My name is Ross Blainey. I'm the whiskey specialist at William Grant & Sons. My job is basically to teach, educate about whiskey in general and about our whiskey brands. Most of my job is looking after the Balvenie brand. So that's why we're mostly doing Balvenie today. It's also probably my favourite whiskey, and I would have told you that before I worked for the company. It was my favourite whiskey. We've got some cheeses on the table as well. We like doing Balvenie with cheese a lot of the time. Whiskey and cheese goes really well. Really, drinking whiskey is about how you prefer to drink it. I mean, drink it any way you want. You can add a couple of drops of water, you can add some ice at home, you can add whatever you want to your whiskey.
This is the double wood 12 years. Very nice.
The reason that I mentioned before that the Balvenie is so unique in itself is because it's Balvenie. Alright guys, before we move on to the next one, I'm just going to touch on the cheese quickly as well. You've got a list of the cheese in front of you. Each of these goes really well with all of the Balvenies there, but there is a way that, in my head anyway, they work slightly better. So with this one we want to try the Swiss Gruyere. So that matches really nicely with the next whiskey we've got, which is a Balvenie 14-year-old Caribbean cask. But you swallow it so that you haven't swallowed quite everything, and then you take another sip of whiskey, and then the whiskey really interacts with the cheese in your mouth.
This is the 14-year-old. I'm going to say that's got a honeyed character, married with the notes of toffee and a hint of fruit with a warm, lingering finish. I'm not making that up, I just read it off the sheet.
So this one's a little bit like the older brother of the 12-year-old Doublewood. It's made in a similar fashion, so this one spent 17 years in an American oak barrel, and then it's finished in an Oloroso sherry cask as well.
Doublewood 17. It's got a hint of green apple, we've been told. This is beautiful. This one's really, really tasty. I think I found my favourite so far.
It spends 21 years in the American oak barrel, the ex-bourbon barrel, so the same kind of thing as the previous ones. And what happens in that 21 years, it's got its Balvenie flavour, it's good, you know, it tastes brilliant. The flavours have started to mellow out a little bit more.
Here comes the Portwood 21-year-old.
Incredible watching the noises are all hammered away. They'll have to initial their barrel because everything is tested at the end, so these
I don't want to read the description, I just want to enjoy it. The trouble with this one is it's the most expensive one and it's very, very tasty.
So we've got the Kinenvy next. We wanted to have a couple of little special bottles to throw in there at the end. The Kinenvy is special. It's a small distillery that's on pretty much the same site as Balvenie and Glenfiddich. And the reason behind building this was we just wanted to have a third malt from Speyside. It would have a different character. We've got the Glenfiddich, which is characterised by its light kind of apple and pear flavours. We've got the Balvenie, which is a bit more rich and it's got more of that honey sweetness. We wanted to have something different again.
23-year-old Kinenvy. Tasty.
Alright, are you ready for our last one? So this one's another pretty special one as well. This is our rare cask reserves and the ghosted reserve, and this is the 21-year-old. It's a blended malt or a vatted malt, so it's 3 different single malts that are in there.
This is the 21-year-old ghosted rare, made from a mixture of 3 different distilleries that are no longer in existence. It's extremely rare.
I was going to see if we were going to be opening it as well. I don't want to just open it because it's not actually mine. This was signed by David Stewart.
Oh wow, that's really, really, really smooth. Could be because it's the last one out of 5, but that's now become my favourite. I just realised I haven't actually eaten any cheese yet with my whiskey. This is a cheese experience as well, so this is a bit of cheese. Don't eat cheese off a knife like I just did. It's bad. And now I mix it with the Portwood 21. Oh wow, that certainly gives it a whole different perspective. The whiskey kind of dissolved the cheese and it just kind of like went, see you later, and then it went down. Ross, thank you very much for educating all of us.
You're welcome.
Some great stories in there too. I really enjoyed listening to it.
Yeah, good. Glad you enjoyed it.
I particularly enjoyed when this chap actually asked you about, is there a particular day for Balvenie? You were very quick to say, every day.
Yes, every day is Balvenie Day for me.
I loved it. I loved it. Thanks again.
Yeah, no problem.
One of the benefits of working at mybottleshop.com.au, you can have a few more samples than anybody else. Thanks, Steve. This is the Ghosted Reserve, the one that comes from 3 different distilleries blended together. The oldest distillery in this is the Ladybird, 42 years old, 1975. Look at me, I sound like I know what I'm talking about. That's because I've been educated tonight by Ross. I think that went really well.
Yeah, did you learn a lot tonight?
I did actually.
Hey, you learned a lot about single malt Scotch whiskey.
I learned I've got expensive taste.
You only did 21 for you.
Yeah,
but then
21
I'm
was
right.
fantastic. And the Ghosted Reserve, which I'm having another sample of. Thank you for that, by the way.
Yes, that's right.
So nice. This is what you've missed if you haven't been here tonight
Yeah,
at a My Bottle Shop exclusive whiskey tasting. You have to come next time. One of the benefits of working here with mybottleshop.com.au is to have a sneaky little extra whiskey at the end of the night. I was just talking with Ross and he's got an extra special bottle of Balvenie that we're going to crack. What do you got for us, Ross?
Balvenie 40-year-old.
He has a bottle of Balvenie 40-year-old. So we're going to crack that right now and have a little bit of a celebration. Oh, that's we're out of time! So that's the end of that vlog. Thank you very much for watching. Now YouTube's given me 20 seconds to tell you to subscribe, or watch the previous vlog, or watch a random vlog, or order my Lightroom presets. Subscribe, or watch the previous vlog, or watch a random vlog, or order my Lightroom presets. You could always subscribe, or you could watch the previous vlog, watch a random vlog, or you could order my Lightroom presets. Perhaps you'd like to